that it's okay to be frightened. It's okay to be frightened, but it's not okay to be a victim. You've got to take control and ownership and responsibility of next steps. I'm a pretty good manager of time since the experience. Some might call me OCD when it comes to time, and that's because every day is a gift. Every single day is a gift. And
I think a lesson that we can just learn because of life and how fleeting it is that we cannot take anything for granted. We have to make sure that the people in our lives know that we love them, and we have to protect that, and we also have to protect our health.
I learned that I'm not in charge of my life, that I have to step back and listen. I was in such a rush to do everything. I learned that everything I need, I have already. I don't need anything else.
I wanted in the very beginning for everything to just happen all at once. I want this now, now, now. Let's do this. Let's not stop. We got to keep going. We got to get this over with. But I had learned halfway through it that I stopped trying to do everything all at once. I said, okay, we've done this. We're going to move on to the next thing. Okay, that's next week. We'll worry about that next week. So I just tried to take joy in that time and do what I could to be happy and calm during that time. And then when that day came that I had to take that next step, that's when I dealt with it. And then I let it go, got through it, moved on to the next one.
it's such a great lesson.
It is.
Because what I hear you saying is you learned how to be present and live today, because
Yes.
today is really all we have.
Yes, yes.
If you knew then what you know now, what advice would you give to other women?
First diagnosed, I know it takes the wind out of your sails, that they are not a statistic, that everyone is different. Do not accept the gloom and doom that may enter the room when they're diagnosed. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's a journey. But the blessings, there are so many more blessings that come through with breast cancer or any kind of cancer, whatever the struggle is, than there are the hardships. And to fight, if it doesn't feel right, and if they're saying something that just right in here doesn't settle right, you ask the questions.
I used to let, like little things bother me or, get upset about certain things, and you just, like that saying, life is too short, like that's not just a saying, that's like, that's a reality, because it could all be gone in like, a second. And I have my babies to take care of, so it totally just changed my outlook, and to just hit it like full force in life and just be positive, because that's like half the battle, that's like the whole battle, I feel. So you just have to be positive and keep going.
Let some humor in. When I was first diagnosed, we went to the breast center at Cedars-Sinai, and the first thing my husband said was, maybe they have a gift shop. Get a big breast mug, maybe a double. He said maybe the sign on the breast cancer center will be a giant boob. And I'm like, oh God, are you kidding? But it really helps, it helps to have humor. It helps to just keep a balance. You might make it through this alive.
You hear about all these national organizations raising money and all that, but it's those local chapters that I think make more of a bigger impact, because you're facilitating, you're supporting people who are together in this network. I mean, through the Women's Foundation, I met tonight women who we had a connection with that I had no idea. And it's just nice to have that support. Every time I come to something, a gathering, like what your organization does to bring women together, women with breast cancer, to share with each other support, you know, I just get re-energized.
Even when I was diagnosed, my first initial reaction was shame. Shame that I had done something wrong to cause this, when that's not the case at all. And I think for some women, without the knowledge, they go into shame and just shut down and don't do anything. So organizations like this are definitely needed for education, to promote the awareness, to fundraise for women who need assistance and so forth.
Women, empowering women is so magical and so powerful, especially I think in today's society where women can be their worst enemies and they can knock them. And with something like this and foundations such as this, it's empowering and it's coming together and it's joining together in this sisterhood that is so amazing and so loving. And it just helps with this journey. It's the sunshine, it's the silver linings on that cloudy day.
Upon diagnosis, everyone wants to help. Everyone wants to share their experiences. Make it your own experience. If you're negative, practice it becoming positive. Practice it every single day and don't allow someone else's experience to become yours. I had to shut my computer off when I started reading about the horrible experiences that women were having with chemotherapy and all of that, and I made it mine, and I wouldn't change a thing.
I just want to encourage women to really pay attention to their bodies, because early detection is very, very important. And I wasn't given much chance to live, but mindset is everything.
I felt like mine, it was like a whirlwind, like it all happened so fast, and I'm so young that I really was like, I guess naive, or I didn't really like go in depth, and I just like listened to whatever my doctors told me kind of thing. And then afterwards I was like questioning, well, did I need that, or should I have done that surgery, you know? And it's like, well, it's a little late now. I just kind of left my hands, you know, left them in the doctor's hands.
Pray alone and then with others, and let others pray with you. You won't understand it until you do it, but your strength will be magnified. You have to be very comfortable with who you see and the treatment that you get. I would definitely advise you to interview doctors. Do not take the first guy's word for it. Okay, I did that. I went to Cedars-Sinai. I saw the first guy. He was very condescending, but I thought, gee, I bet he knows more than me. And I went out with my husband and I said, what did you think? And he said, I wasn't comfortable with him. He just goes, yeah, I'm going to open you up. I'm going to flay your back. I'm going to bring that muscle across to the front. You're not going to have any mobility. You're not going to... I'm like, what? And he had 2 minions there who were going to do the surgery, not even him. So I was like, no, this is too big. I'm not going to do that. So don't believe everything that you hear. Definitely seek out doctors. Go to other hospitals. Go to City of Hope, go to Cedars, go to local, go somewhere, but get a bunch of opinions until you're comfortable with that doctor and that team and the plan that they have. Because when this is over, yes, it will be over, you have to be completely assured that you did everything you possibly could to make this okay. It may come back. It just might. But you have to have that peace in yourself that you did everything that you could.
I was consistently surrounded by my family, and that was a good thing. But however, they did not know what I was going through. They could see me, they can help me, they can do all that they could, but they didn't know how I felt, what I personally was going through. So the best way for me to describe it was that I felt as though I was inside of a glass box. And my glass box was small. It was completely around me. I could see through it, I could hear through it, I could smell through it. I can see life happening around me, but inside my box, I couldn't engage with the rest of the world. And so even though they were right there next to me, I still felt that like they were 100 miles away.
I'm getting emotional right now just thinking about it. It was hard. It was hard because I couldn't do anything for her. You know, I could love her, I could hug her, I could hold her. I could tell her that everything was going to be okay, but I didn't know if everything was going to be okay. I had to convince myself that everything was going to be okay. And I couldn't let her know that I had any doubts. You handle it with humor and you handle it with love. And you walk with a certain confidence that the person that you love is going to be okay. You tell them everything's going to be okay, even if you don't believe it's going to be okay. You have to convince them that you believe it's going to be okay.
I think we all need to realize that cancer treatment is a $200 billion a year business. And it pays to know who you're being treated by, do your research. I had a sister who we believe received diluted chemotherapy drugs. She lost her life at the age of 50 about 9 months ago. There's no proof, but I think there needs to be an awareness that there's a lot of money being made.
I had to let people help me and bless me. And I couldn't deny them blessing me, like cleaning my house. How great is that? I still want that. I'm like, yeah, so come on over, yeah.
What's powerful is that I learned how to pray, really pray. I learned how to pray in a whole new and bold way because of the experience with cancer. I think my relationship with God today is the biggest blessing of the experience.
And God understands. You know, He understands when we're angry. He understands when we're grieving. For a long time, I didn't let myself grieve because I thought that would be really ungrateful.
I show up differently with people. I feel like I'm more present. I'm not as multitasking as I can be. I just feel the need to be present for others and with others more. And I learn how to receive. I think as women, we do a really good job of giving, but I learned how to receive.
Don't give in. Don't fall for the okie doke is what I tell them. Is don't fall for the okie doke, and the squeaky wheel gets the oil. It does.
I believe from the top of my head to the tip of my toes that your body does what your brain tells it to do.
Don't you know, can't you see, I'm not who I used to be. Don't you know, can't you see what your love has made of me? Of the broken pieces of my life, you could see all I could be if I was home. Then we're so tenderly connected, all the fragments of my